Yeah, it just, the change in wording would seem to be, it is the policy of the board that no basic program of study shall be eliminated or added without approval of the board.
Yeah,
Okay.
new
I mean, that covers
courses.
it. I mean,
Yeah, get rid of the word
splitting
course. That's
hairs.
a,
I got it.
yeah,
Okay?
courses.
This new courses at the start of line 2.
Yep.
Oops.
Yeah, that was the
You guys
oversight.
don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Bad.
Okay.
So. Okay, any more discussion? Oh, sorry, Henry.
Jocelyn.
So I'm just trying to understand this. In the second paragraph, so we're talking about new programs of study, so the .4 language position in the elementary school, would that be included in this? Because I would not say we reviewed a proposed
No,
program.
that's not a whole course of study.
Okay, so even though it's language in a school that didn't previously have it, it's still, okay.
We're talking like big, huge
Okay.
courses of
Like
study.
a whole department, like a whole,
Well, that's a department.
Yeah,
Well,
there
not
you
a
go.
depart-
The whole
but-
department.
But that's adding a department.
well,
Not
I
really,
think-
we already have a foreign language
Well,
department.
right.
but not in the
To a
elementary
school.
school.
It's up for negotiation,
Okay.
but, you know, it's not common practice of this district to do that. To not come and tell the board about it before they do it. This policy does not state anything new than what we already do.
Any further discussion? Jim, did you make a change in the wording?
Yes, I did.
Yes, he
Okay,
did.
did
And
we
the
get a
change
second on
is,
That
no,
was just
it's
No.
not, it's a first read, it's under discussion.
that's right,
As
okay.
amended. So this second line where it starts with new courses is a scratch. New courses is scratched.
All in favor? Can we vote?
Any further discussion? All those in favor of this being the first read?
Kind of pick up the
I
pace.
can't think and talk at the same time sometimes. Okay, yeah, anything else? Composition.
Yeah,
Okay, do I have a motion for this particular change in the composition and charge of the advisory budget committee? I propose that we accept these changes for the advisory budget committee composition and charge.
Second.
Second over there. Okay, Ann.
I was reading it that it says in the second sentence, to the school board that meets the needs of the students. I would like it to say that puts the needs of students first and is fiscally responsible to taxpayers.
There's no second sentence.
Pardon?
There's no second sentence.
It's a big run-on sentence.
It's a big run-on sentence.
Second line.
Can you repeat that?
I'm sorry, is that my fault that it's a big
No,
run-on
no.
sentence? It existed before.
You might want to make that 2 sentences.
I could. Do you want me to do that too?
And can you just repeat what you said for me, please?
Well, I don't know if anything's going to happen.
Well, okay.
Do we have suggestions on how that should read?
And provides budget recommendations to the school board.
How about that meets or exceeds the
That was
needs of
just thinking.
students? Meets or exceeds?
Yeah.
Does that
Budget
help you?
recommendations to the school.
Okay, read that then. So
Meets
we'll
or
have-
exceeds? Where it says meet or
These
exceeds?
recommendations, do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay. To form an advisory committee that becomes educated about the ORCSD budget and provides budget recommendations to the school board. These recommendations will put the needs of students first and will be fiscally responsible to taxpayers.
That's hierarchical. I don't like that.
Well, you could say includes both.
Have you read our code of ethics lately, Jim?
Yeah, I'll keep quiet.
It also says puts the needs of students first, so that's why I put that there.
Okay.
That's fine. Me.
Want to read it back, please?
If Ann can do it.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, she wants to hear it.
You want me to read it again?
Just the second sentence.
Okay, these recommendations, I'm winging it as I go, so it might not be the same. These recommendations put the needs of students first and are fiscally responsible to taxpayers.
Thank you.
Is that a motion?
Can I make a,
I don't know.
Yeah, wait.
This is in discussion.
Me?
Just
There was a motion
as a
prior.
point of worship, I mean, is
Yes.
there a motion
Yeah.
already? Is this-
Yes,
Yeah.
this
Okay.
is discussion.
I'm-
She's trying to amend the,
So then
The
there's a
language.
motion to amend.
Yeah,
Okay,
a second
so-
on that motion.
Well, let's wait and see if there's any other amendments
Are there any
first.
other
Okay.
amendments?
yes.
Jim?
Where it says, and I agree with that, puts the needs of students first, but is also fiscally responsible to taxpayer. And that gets rid of the hierarchical, insinuation, if you will, that taxpayers are second, below the needs of students. They should be on the same level. And I think
Could
it's a
you read it
balancing
again?
act.
Say that again.
Sure. Let me rewind that.
These recommendations puts the needs of students first and is also fiscally responsible to taxpayers.
The only word changes also.
It's fine with me.
Okay.
It still
Okay.
puts the needs of the students first. so-
All right, here we go. Deal.
Okay.
Anything else? It's on my computer.
did you get it?
Okay. Any other changes?
Second is the needs of the school board member. Just kidding.
Okay. Yes.
I make a motion,
Tired.
or I make an amendment to the motion,
No,
whatever.
we
it is.
already have an amendment to the motion.
No, we don't, because we waited for all of
No.
the amendments, because I'm only doing this
Okay,
once.
go ahead.
That this purpose reads, to form an advisory committee that becomes educated about the ORCSD budget and provides budget recommendations to the school board, period. These recommendations puts the needs of students first and is also fiscally responsible to taxpayers.
Okay.
Good.
Any other amendments? No other amendments? Okay.
No, we need a second to the
Second.
amendment.
Yeah, we
Second.
need a second.
Is it seconded?
No?
I second
Oh,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, Ann. Thank you, Ann.
That you proposed it.
No, I did.
I know. Okay, all those in favor of the amendment? Okay, now back to the original motion that has been amended. Does anybody want it read back? I don't need it read back, but all those in favor of the amendment with, the motion with amendments, please say aye.
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Aye.
I'm
Okay.
moving Trumbull.
And it passes, okay. Would you make sure a copy gets over to the advisory budget committee?
Yeah, I have it on my computer, so I will read it and send it to Wendy, who will send it to
Okay,
the
then you're gonna do
admin.
that then. Okay, thank you. Next.
So that's-
Okay, board goals. I guess we're approving them.
Yes,
Yeah.
these were worked on.
Need a motion.
I make a motion to approve board goals for 2012.
Second.
Second by Megan.
Oh,
Okay, any discussion on any of the goals that we have listed here?
This time I came prepared, so that if you have any amendments, we're changing them right now.
Any amendments? No, okay.
I was all prepared.
It's Murphy's Law.
Well, we've gone through this a couple times. The motion's been made, been seconded, so all those in favor of accepting the goals for, as it stands now?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I want to be clear. On 3, the first action is set detailed budget goals. The next thing we're talking about tonight is our budget goal, which I wouldn't necessarily call detailed. So do we want to change it, or are we going to leave that open to interpretation? What detailed budget? Set budget goals considering past expenses, current fiscal circumstances, and near and long-term plans. Produce a budget that all stakeholders accept.
Yes,
So
Megan.
there's budget goals that are, there's budget goals and then there's budget goals. So do we want to change this?
Yes, Megan?
I mean, I think we'll have more detailed budget goals once we have more information. I think this is
Well,
an
that's
overarching
true.
direction for our superintendent. And then, once we have more information, we can set more detailed goals. That's what I think.
Ann?
I think if we just remove the word detailed, it will be all-inclusive, whether they're detailed or not. And that way, if we just said set budget goals.
Well, I might add that the way you have the budget process devised, that the advisory budget committee is going to be reporting to the board after each cost center is developed.
Right.
So you'll be able to make adjustments at that point.
I'm fine with getting rid of detail.
Should the verbiage be changed?
It's fine.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Any other?
Just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All those in favor of accepting the goals as written? Unanimous again? Okay, Stacia was heading. Your husband's back there saying, oh golly, what was this? No work on this issue.
No one knew he was my husband. Just me.
Okay, next item.
Budget goals.
Budget goals.
Budget goals.
Got that one.
Yes, Ann?
These are our budget goals. I would like to make a motion to accept them with the following changes. To develop a school budget within school board policies that addresses the educational needs of our students while giving due consideration to the fiscal restraints faced by the Oyster River Cooperative School District community.
How was that different? I'm just
She
sorry.
removed
She crossed out
recommendations
some
of
words.
the
ABC.
advisory budget committee. She removed this.
And why I said that was because some of those recommendations are from the 2011 recommendations and may not be applicable to the 2013 budget. And that's why I just don't.
The reason they're there is that some of those recommendations are really practices.
And I'm not saying we're not using them.
And
And
so
Lee, I'm not saying we're
by
not going to
saying
use
giving
them.
due consideration doesn't mean implement them all.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. But I just don't think that they should be in our budget goal.
So you're saying only give due consideration to financial, physical restraints?
Fiscal restraints.
Fiscal restraints, yeah.
Are we looking
need
for a
a
second,
second.
first of all?
Yes.
We have a motion.
Yes, okay. She's put an addition in there, okay. The motion is to accept the 2013 budget goals
With the change.
With her changes.
Right.
with her changes. Okay. Do we have a second? Because then after that, we're going to discuss, okay. Any seconds? None? Okay, can somebody read the budget goals as listed already? Yes.
I can, but, all right, I make a motion to accept the 2013 budget goals as is, to develop a school budget within school board policies that addresses educational needs of students while giving due consideration to the 2011 recommendations of the Advisory Budget Committee and the fiscal restraints faced by the Oyster River Cooperative School District community.
Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Jim seconds it. Any discussion on the motion? Yes.
It's minor, but I'm wondering if the word restraint should be constraint.
Okay.
That's a better,
Uh,
Opposed to actual restraint.
Good point.
like we're,
Yeah.